All right, my friends, we're talking about getting your product team ready to scale for growth by working in an agile way. So when you're thinking about scaling your team to grow your product market fit, you just got a bunch of investment, you have to hire some new people, you have to understand that every new person on a team adds a new opinion. There are some core strengths that your team needs to work on, and it may not always be solved by adding new people or introducing some new software or collaboration platform. Let's get started and talk about how your team meetings are run around the product. First, how often does personal conjecture factor into the conversation? When brainstorming product features and interaction patterns, are team members saying, "This is what I would prefer. If I was using this, I would want it to work this way. I wouldn't like that." If that's happening, we need to remind everyone that they are not the users. How often do your conversations get sidetracked because team members continue to introduce new and different use cases than the ones you originally agreed upon? Let me give you an example. Say we're designing the interface to add a new printer to a computer. So we all agree that we're designing for a new user. Design goes off and puts a wireframe together, and then we sit in the meeting and someone says, "Well, what about the guy that adds printers all day? You know, the IT guy that has to walk through the office and add printers all day? What are we doing for him?" Well, we'd all agreed that we'd work on this one scenario, and now that guy that adds printers all day is supposed to be someone we consider for. People kind of get into a dizzy. We need to remind each other that we agreed to work on this. And that guy that adds printers all day, he's not important right now. We can deal with him and his needs later. You can see that there are a lot of wasted time in meetings, and we all hate wasted time in meetings. What can you do when you find yourself in these battles of opinions and conjecture? All of these conversations can get deferred and deflected if we all agree up front what we're working on. We need to be clear about specific requirements. We need to detail our use cases, define them so everyone is on the same page. Are you doing that? Else, you'll have this situation where design picks up a use case or some story, defines the requirements themselves, spends a week working on 3 different mockups, only to find out that product managers had other ideas about how this all should look and feel. Every new person on a team adds a new opinion. Personal conjecture just slows us down in the design process. We have a lot to talk about in the future, but I'm going to move on to the next symptom that you want to address before you scale your team.